as you can see, with everything in front of me, today's video is going to be completely different to what you're used to on the channel. Yes, if you're new to here, my name is Lawrence. Thank you so much for clicking and watching this video. Today's video is going to be my first PC build on YouTube, but not my first PC build ever. I must stipulate that. This is not my first rodeo, it's just my first rodeo on YouTube, so there you go. Yeah, the main premise of this video is to put this machine together because I want to be playing my VR headset. Now, I can't play the VR headset on my current PC because that resides in the bedroom and I don't have any space whatsoever to play the VR in there right now, so that's a no-go. I've had this probably since, I want to say like August, somewhere there. So yeah, it's been knocking about and I haven't done anything with it, and VR gaming really does intrigue me quite a lot. So I really want to get this built and actually set up and actually running in here in the lounge or the living room, whatever you want to call it. So today's video is just going to be me putting this finally together. Absolutely finally. It's been a long time coming. If you're excited for this video, please share the love and drop a like on the video. Comment down below your thoughts and feelings. If you want to see more of these videos, I'm happily obliged to do them because I love building gaming PCs. I really do. I find it very therapeutic most of the time, depending on if they actually annoy the living daylights out of me. But alas, it's really fun, and it's not going to be like a how-to or anything like that. It's just going to be me putting together the system, and hopefully it all works. I have tested the motherboard before we started, so that does work. So that is one step on the ladder, which is happy days. Like I said, it is my first system build on YouTube, so please go easy. Please, I beg you. I really do. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. It's a cheap one. We'll go through all the parts together before we put anything actually in the case or anything like that. But yeah, honestly, this is mind-blowing. I'm so happy and so excited for this because I really want to get on with VR gaming. It's something that I really wanted to dabble in for a very long time, and I've had this what is it, Rift S, for a very long time. Like I said, nearly 6 months at this point, which is not very good. It's not. So I haven't done anything with it whatsoever. So that's fun. But yeah. So we shall start with the motherboard itself and what it is, how much I paid for it, and where I actually got it from. So this was a motherboard bundle from eBay that didn't include the cooler. It was, I think it was around 50 quid all in, including postage, which is fantastic. But let's address the little, elephant in the room. It is a NVIDIA motherboard born for games. The more professional, the more focused. Yes, it's a top brand. I'm sure everybody's heard of them. I believe this is actually an AliExpress motherboard X79 platform as well, which is brilliant. Yeah, I believe this actually originally came from AliExpress, so that's pretty cool. It's a Chinese brand motherboard, but it works. It does work, which is absolutely brilliant, I have to say. Yeah, let's go through the specs, shall we? The specs of this motherboard, we have a X79 platform, so that is LGA 2011, the first one. It takes Xeon's i7. I think it takes the 3820K up to the 4930K i7s and the 4960X, I believe, CPU wise. It comes with 16 gigabytes of DDR3 non-ECC RAM, I believe. I'm not actually 100% whether it's server RAM or if it's just your normal box standard DDR3. Yeah, the whole motherboard bundle was super cheap in my opinion. It was £50 all in, including postage, which to me is really good, really good quality. Came with the CPU, which is a Xeon E5 1650 V2, I believe. That's a mouthful and a half. It's a 6-core, 12 threads CPU, unlocked, but I will just address this. The motherboard's not very good for overclocking or anything like that, which is kind of sad, but alas, for the price, I'm not going to complain too much. I think it's a quality deal. I think it's great value for money, I really do. I believe the motherboard can take up to 64 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. You can't mix the ECC and non-ECC RAM, of course. The Cooler Master Liquid 120 AIO was around, if I can remember off the top of my head, about, I want to say 10 to 15 pounds. It was somewhere there. It came with the mounting brackets, which was such a godsend. Let me tell you that for nothing. It was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it was cheap. So this whole motherboard bundle is all in with the CPU cooler, £65, I believe, something like that, and that. So we have a M.2 SSD as well. This is a PCIe Gen 4 by 4 Seagate 5Q to 530, I believe, 1 TB SSD. However, this motherboard only takes Gen 3 SSD, so it will be only running at Gen 3 speed, which is fine for me. I'm more than happy about that. This, you might be thinking, why the hell have I put that sort of SSD in this? I'm not going to put it in my main rig at the minute because I can't be asked to fully like reinstall everything or even just go through the palaver of that. I don't need it right now. Until I need it, I will address it until, you know, until that day comes. But it's not today. Let me tell you, it is not today. So we're going to put this in here. It's a 1 TB NVMe SSD. That's more than enough storage I need for this at the minute. I do have a 2 TB hard drive as well, which if I need more storage, I will throw into the system. I'm hoping that I don't, but you never know. So yeah, it's got super fast storage as well. It's such a good bundle. It really is such a good bundle. I'm over the moon with this. I love it. It's fantastic. I think it's great value for money. I really do. And the idea of this build was to be cheap but powerful because I need to run the VR. So I need something, you know, with a little bit of oomph behind it. But I don't have a lot of money to spend for it. So we have to make use of what we have. And right now, I think this is fantastic. The SSD cost me, I believe, £30 all in from Vinted. It was a bargain, absolute bargain. I think they retail over £100 ish. I will get screenshots up, of course, as and where I can. But yeah, it cost me 30 quid. So all in for this whole bundle here, £95 ish. We'll round up to 100, say. Insane. That's so good. That is such good value right there for a £100 bundle. Yeah, unreal. This little thing right here I've had since September. This is a Corsair Carbide 240R, I believe, which is the micro ATX version of this case. Um, it's small, it's compact, it looks pretty good. I had to go a little bit aesthetic for this one because it's going in the lounge, so I wanted it to look quite nice and look in the, you know, it's going to go in the corner. I'm going to be seeing it quite a lot, so it needs to look pretty good. It's in pretty good condition. There's a few scratches on top, which I'll show you, but yeah, it it'll do the job. It's got USB 3. It's not full of like insane peripherals or anything like that. It's a 2-chamber case, which is brilliant for cable management. It really is, and it will just do the job it's needed. Really, that's the only reason why I've got this. I think it was about £40. One of the more expensive parts in this build. I think joint most expensive. So yeah, for the price, I ain't gonna complain. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's cool. That's the case. Next up, we have the absolute pinnacle of any gaming PC, which is the graphics card. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, why the hell have I got two graphics cards? Well, because I didn't know which one I was going to go with in the beginning, but I'm going to go with this one, not that one, because this one performs a lot better than that one, which is kind of surprising. So this one is a AMD R9 290X 4GB card. As you can see, I believe the fan's been replaced at some point, but it's a direct CU2 card from Asus. It's got the backplate. It takes a 8-pin and 6-pin connector. I believe it'll need a 550, maybe 600 watt power supply to actually run it. I know it's older, and I know you can't get driver support for it anymore, but for the price I paid 30 quid for this. I think it's a great deal. I think it's very cheap, and it has the display ports that I need. I need a DisplayPort HDMI, which is perfect for what I need. So yeah, it's a AMD R9 290X, which has aged like fine wine. Absolutely fantastic card. Now we'll go over this one as well. I'm not going to use this one because surprisingly it actually performs a lot worse than the 290X. This one is a Sapphire Nitro R9 380, I believe, 4GB card. Takes two 6-pin connectors. It's a good card. It is, especially for the price I paid. I paid £15 plus fees off Vinted for this. So cheap, cheap. It really is cheap. Works perfectly okay, but it's just a worse performer than the R9 290, which is very surprising. Very surprising indeed, but that's going to go into a separate build anyway. So we have that as a spare GPU for 15 quid. It's cheap. It's good enough. It'll still run games in 1080p. Maybe not the new games, but it's good enough, especially for the price. You got to think price to performance is king. So for 15 quid, yeah, that thing's really good. So I believe that is everything that I need to show off and showcase in this PC build. If it's took me a little bit longer, I sincerely apologize. This is my first time doing it. The angles are a little bit, janky in here at the best of times. So we're working with what we've got. We're doing the best we can. If you're wondering where the power supply is, like I said previous, it's in my current PC build, which I'm going to be ripping out to put into this. It is a EVGA G2 750 watt modular power supply. I love EVGA power supplies. In my upgrade for my current PC, you will be seeing that once again, an EVGA power supply and to go into there. I love them. I think they're absolutely fantastic for the price. I really do. You pay for what you get power supply wise, so that is one part that I do not skimp out, and it will be the most expensive part in this build as well. I think I paid maybe, I want to say like 50 of £60. I've had it for like 4 years now. It's never missed a beat. It's so good. I love it so much. So it's going to go straight into here, and I'm upgrading the one that's in there currently because I'm doing a upgrade on that as well. So it's PC heaven. It's PC galore around here. The missus is going to kill me because of the mess, but sure, she's not here at the minute. So I think we need to put this PC together as soon as possible. So there we are. Once again, if you're excited and you like this type of content, drop a like on the video. I would honestly appreciate it. Helps the channel out so much as well. You wouldn't believe. So thank you for watching. Let's get into the build. Hopefully it goes okay. And yeah, let's crack on. So the case is already set up and ready to go. It's quite a spacious little Micro ATX case, if I'm being honest. It's very nice. I like it. Corsair do some really good stuff. I'm hoping that the lighting's okay. I can't really do too much about it, so I do apologize. This fan may have to come out. I think so. I think it's might going to be in the way of the motherboard, but we'll go over that anyway, and we'll see what we have. But we're going to put the motherboard in, and yeah, let's have a little boogie, shall we? So the person who had this before me never even used the backplate. So I'm fairly certain that this motherboard was like brand new and they just didn't use it. So funky. Which way is this going? Which way are we? As you can see, motherboard is in, all screwed in, happy days. That went okay. Yeah, it's motherboard in the case, which is good. We're one more step away. I just need to try and find where I'm going to mount this. Probably at the front over here. Actually seems like a good place for that. Seems like a perfect place actually for that. Happy days. So because I thought that the liquid cooler was going to go round the back over here, I have put the fan on a exhaust rather than an intake. So we just need to change that round and then we can mount the cooler and then that's another job done, which is absolutely insane. So we have a little bit of an update. It turns out I'm having clearance issues for the GPU, which I probably should have seen. The width of the case is not very big whatsoever, and having issues, to say the least. I am having quite big issues. This is like side view at the minute. Everything's in. I've got the front panel all connected up. I think this is going to go here. I think I'm going to lay it down the way you see it. I'm not 100% sure. But you always run into little problems, so I might not be able to use the R9 290X. The R9 380 does fit, so I can still use that, which is something. Not ideal. I will be looking to upgrade that at some point, but for the price, can't come wrong. So yeah, we're just going to try and get the GPU in, and again, hope for the best. So we have made it up to this point, and I'm not gonna lie, I've ran into a fair few issues. So the R9 290, which is right there, will not fit in this case whatsoever. I probably should have checked that out before, but here we are. I didn't do that, so we're now paying the price. The R9 380 only just fits, so I'm going to be on the hunt for a a more beefier graphics card upgrade for this, but it will do the job for now. It'll be good enough. Just not as good as I wanted it, but sure, you can't always get what you want. Now, the AIO is now obviously in place in the front. It's set to obviously intake. Then we've got the intake, the exhaust fan at the top. Obviously, as you can see, this motherboard only has one extra system fan header, so I had to use a janky splitter to get these to actually be connected, which is somewhere, if you can see, maybe not, somewhere under there. If you can see it, great. If you can't, then you can't. So yeah, this is it currently. We're going to put the PSU in and then go from there. I think it's been maybe 2 minutes for you, but it's been like about an hour of getting the GPU in, getting these wired up, getting everything in. It's been a long time, but we're nearly there. I think just get the PSU in, do some cable management, and then yeah, we're good to go. So we have my main rig, which I now have to take the power supply out. This will be in its own video, and I will go over everything in that video, so stay locked to the channel. If you want to see more of it, let me know down in the comments section. It's my main driver. I absolutely adore this thing, but we are upgrading it and we are changing cases and we are doing a lot of stuff to it. I just need to get the power supply out. You see the cheeky new case just there. So yeah, if you're excited, let me know, because again, it took me a while to get to this point just to pull the power supply, but we're here, we're okay. I've still got my head. I haven't lost it. It is getting dark now, which is interesting, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. The power supply has been acquired from the other computer. It is a EVGA Next 750G Supernova 80 plus gold rated. It's a fantastic power supply. Like I said, I think I've had it like, I want to say like 4 or 5 years now, probably at this point. It's never let me down. It is very dusty, has to be said. It is, but look at it in all its glory. It looks great. Um, it's got more than enough power to power what I'm going to put in this at any given point, really, being a 750 watt, which is what I wanted. So if I need to test any graphics cards or anything like that, I've got more than enough PSU power. Some of these cables are going to have to come out because I don't actually need them. But yeah, it's finally getting there. We're now losing light, as you can see from the light of the actual video, but here it is so far. It's been an annoyance, but that's what PC building's about. So here we are. So guys, we have the power supply cables in. Power supply is routed. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. It's probably the best I can get at the minute. It's actually alright, really. It's a small case, so everything kind of looks a bit more cramped as it would, but it's looking good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks good. So I think the next step is to power it on and hopefully it bloody works again. So I think that's where you're gonna see me next. The moment I have been waiting for the last 3.5 hours is this thing turning on and actually working. We have picture on the screen. Yes, it's a huge TV, and it's I believe it's a Philips Q or something. It's got the ambient lights, whatever you want to call them, no idea. Yeah, I'm very happy. Turned on first boot, which is very good after the stress and everything that I have been through today. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that indeed. I'll go over how much it actually costed everything. At the end, sort of like recap of this. It's been a day. It's been a day. But I'm happy that this is working. It's looking really good as well. But yeah, this is good. Yeah, I'm really impressed with that. It looks very good as well. It's quite loud. Both fans are working, but obviously no panels are on, so that would probably be why as well. But yeah, amazing. So good. So yes, guys, it is finally complete. It's took a lot longer than I would like to actually admit, but we're here. We've made it across the finish line. Everything's in. Everything's installed. Got Windows 10 on the SSD, which is super quick. Oh my god. On my actual personal rig, I'm still using a SATA SSD, and it's night and day the difference between that and the NVMe SSD, even though it is only in Gen 3 instead of Gen 4. So that is nuts, and that's really cool and really good. But in regards to the build, it was a pleasure to do the build in this Carbide Air 240 case, Micro ATX. Honestly, this is probably not even a new case whatsoever, and it only cost 40 quid, I believe, so it's not too bad. But yeah, honestly, this case is really good. There's a lot of space to work behind for your cable management, everything. There's a lot of airflow. All the panels come off super duper easily. However, one caveat to all of this is the GPU. Now, the GPU only, and I say this not lightly, it only just fits in the case. I had to go with the R9 380, which I didn't want to do in the first place, like I said, because the R9 290X did not want to fit whatsoever. No chance. Absolutely no chance, which, in hindsight, yeah, I probably should have known that anyway, but, you know, is what it is. We have the R9 380 in there at the moment. It's working perfectly okay. I will want to upgrade that in the future, like near future. But at the minute, it's fine. It's fine for what it is. I'm over the moon with how this has come out. If you've enjoyed this video, honestly, please drop the video a like and leave a comment down below your thoughts, because it's been an absolute pleasure to build this. It really has, and it's going to serve me well, hopefully. We'll go across with the price of what the system actually owes me. So I believe the Corsair case was, I believe, £40 off eBay second hand. boxed and everything. You saw the unboxing of it. The motherboard bundle with the 16 gigabytes of ECC RAM and the 1650 V2 was, I think, £50 as well. Again, screenshots will be going up for your viewing pleasure. The AIO, the Cooler Master Liquid Light 120 was between 10 and 15. I can't remember exactly. You'll see it as well. So that's what, £100 just there. The GPU was 15 plus fees off Vinted, so that's about £20. Not a lot of change out of 20, which is fantastic. Price to performance for the GPU is really good price on that. So I'm happy with it, but it's just not beefy enough for what I want in the future as well. Um, what else? The NVMe SSD was £30 all in off Vinted as well, which is probably the best bargain and the best decision I made for this PC is having the NVMe SSD. That's night and day. Night and day. Honestly, I haven't upgraded mine in my main rig because I've just not really been bothered to. But honestly, it's night and day. It's super fast. Even if it is running in PCIe Gen 3 instead of like Gen 4. It's nuts. Yes, I know I am late to the party. I'm fully aware of that. But it's still cool. And again, that was such a good bargain. I think it's about between 80 to £100 off like Amazon and that, brand new. And it might as well be brand new. It's immaculate, it's fantastic. And the PSU doesn't really owe me anything, but if I had to put a value on it, it's probably around £40 to £50. Again, that's the one that came out of my original rig because we will be doing a video of upgrading that because it's overdue upgrades. It really is. It's not going to be a platform upgrade or anything like that, but you'll have to look out for the video on the channel hopefully soon because I have to rebuild that for me to edit this video. So sort of like an inception sort of thing going on. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's been nuts. It's been really good. I'm thoroughly over the moon with this. Apart from a couple of issues, I would say, with a couple of blue screen issues, but that's probably down to the Chinese X79 chipset. But apart from that, it's been fine. Downloaded all the drivers for Windows. Downloaded all the legacy drivers for the R9 380 now. I might go for there's a word for it, the third party drivers for it to get a few updates on it. I might not, I'm not sure. But yeah, this I'm over the moon. I am over the moon, and I can't wait to do my main rig and get the upgrades in that because yeah, this is actually super duper fun. And I haven't built a computer in probably a year. I built a couple last year to flip and to sell on, but it's been a while. Has been a while. The specs is a Xeon E5 1650 V2, 6 core 12 thread CPU. I might upgrade it to the 1680 V2, depends if I need it. And if I do, it's not going to be expensive. I think they're about 30 to £40. The whole system, like I said, costs around 150 to 200, which for the price I don't think is too bad whatsoever. You could do with a far better GPU, so I might get like a 1660 Super or something like that, or a 1660 Ti. That sort of esque, but they have to be like a small graphics card because it ain't gonna fit. It's not the way they've done the side panel on this. It's so close to your six or your PCIe power for your GPU. It's insane. That's the only downfall of this case. Which kind of doesn't make sense because there's so much space for everything. There's so much airflow for everything. It's fantastic. And the fan on top is a little bit noisy, so I might replace that in the future. But I need to get a PWM splitter cable as well because it only has one system fan header on the motherboard, which is a bit of a downside, but sure, what can you do? And in the future, I may upgrade it to 32 gigs of DDR3, get some faster memory in there. But again, I might not, who knows? just leave it how it is. I love the case. The case is great, and it's going to look really good in here, which was the main target, and it's been achieved. So I can't wait to start hopefully VR gaming on this. Hopefully it comes to the channel. Who knows? I don't know yet. But yeah, it's been fantastic. I've tried my best with the video. Again, if I do more of these in the future, these type of videos will get better. I don't have the best setup for it. It's not what I would like, but you make do with what you've got. So here we are. But yeah, if you've enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop it a like, because the support is certainly appreciated. If you want to see more of this type of video, comment down below your thoughts and feelings. And if you want to see more just from me in the future with game pickups, computers, tech in general, consider subscribing to the channel. We are on our way to 1700 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.